Hello, this is Morning Breath, where we bring you old news. It's like that stale taste you have on your palate when you first wake. What? I'm Carl Wismeyer. Let's breathe it in and hear it out. Today we're joined by environmental policy researcher Dr. Gregor Musantopoulos, whose work focuses on climate systems, sustainability initiatives, and what he described as the uneasy feeling that recycling is not enough, but also never optional. Dr. Musantopoulos, welcome.
Thank you, Carl. And it's Gregor Musantopoulos.
I'm pretty sure that's what I said. Musantopoulos.
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 Well, I'm never going to remember that. Moving on. So I'd like to start with a question that's been coming up frequently. And by frequently, I mean in various forms across emails, voicemails, and one handwritten note that's spelled faintly of pine. When we think about the environment, not just as ecosystems or policy priorities, but as something we move through daily, air we inhale absent-mindedly, water we trust without fully knowing, seasons that feel slightly weird. How should people understanding the current state of environmental action?
Well, Carl?
And by current state, I don't just mean emissions targets or international agreements, but also reusable bags that live permanently in car trunks, the low-grade anxiety of extreme weather alerts, the sense that nature is sending us messages, though possibly too many at once.
Well, Carl.
Especially when environmental responsibilities is framed simultaneously as a collective obligation and individual lifestyle choice, and something you can accidentally fail at by using the wrong straw. So with that in mind, I just felt a bit of the stale air. Could you turn the air on for us, please? Thank you. Where were we? Oh, yes. Where are we, environmentally speaking?
Well, Carl, that's a broad question.
It is.
But...
well, you know what? Can we turn the air back off? I'm a little chilly. Thank you.
I suppose I'd begin by saying that climate...
because climate, of course, is not just temperature, but memory, expectation, and the weather you grew up with that no longer behaves in the way you remember.
Right.
And when we talk about sustainability, we're often talking about systems that need to last longer than our attention spans, while being explained in headlines that disappear by lunch or tea time.
Yes.
So are people responding to environmental change as a scientific reality, a moral framework, or a vague sensation that something outside feels different than it used to be?
I think it's a combination
And is that combination additive? Like sugar in a tea? Or more of a cycle? Or perhaps a loop? Where concern turns into action, and action turns to fatigue, and fatigue turns back into concern after a particularly hot day?
Well, Carl...
because when individuals are told that small actions matter, but also that the problem is systemic, there's a moment where responsibility becomes atmospheric. So my question, I guess, is, how should people be trying to care for the planet while also living on it?
Yes.
Take a time, please.
I would say you're describing is a tension between urgency and scale.
Yes.
and agency.
All right.
And,
Just one final clarification, if I may.
of course,
Does that tension resolve itself through policy, personal behavior, or does it simply shift locations like carbon, remaining present, but harder to see?
I think it depends. When you...
It usually does. Dr. Gregor, Listen-Topolis, is an environmental policy researcher. Thank you for helping us breathe this in so we can air it out.
Thank you, Carl.
This has been Morning Breath. Good day.
Oh, thank you for listening to Morning Breath today. Our program is supported by you listeners and your small donations. They can make a big impact. For example, a small donation of just like $1 or $2 or even $7,000 or $8,000 is the difference between us recording Morning Breath in an air-conditioned, plush studio in Washington, D.C., or recording it in a back alley between a 7-Eleven and an abandoned Rite Aid, where that trash is quite stinky, like our Morning Breath news. So, I'm going to keep pleading and begging you for your donations. But don't worry, you'll be rewarded with complimentary Morning Breath mugs, or even a nice scratchy Morning Breath sweater, or even our brand new items, a Morning Breath toothbrush and Morning Breath flavored toothpaste. We've got ones that are flavored like butter. Ooh, butter. I like butter. We've even got garlic. That one's not bad. And we've got mustard. Ooh, mustard. That one's my favorite. And what's the other one? Oh, we've got spearmint. Spearmint? What are those spearmints? Who's heard of spearmint flavored toothpaste? Don't be silly. We're not doing spearmint. Anywho, thank you for all of your support.